In the heart of Africa, the river is a shimmering artery of life, winding through the wild and untamed landscape. Its banks are alive with the cautious movements of animals drawn by thirst. Yet beneath the tranquil surface, danger waits in absolute silence. The Nile crocodile, a relic from the age of dinosaurs, is a master of patience and concealment. With only its eyes and nostrils breaking the water's surface, it becomes a living shadow, perfectly adapted to vanish into the river's murk. Its hunting begins with stillness, so complete that even the sharpest eyes miss its outline. The crocodile's mottled skin mimics the dappled sunlight and shifting currents, allowing it to merge seamlessly with mud and reeds. Herds of antelope and zebra approach, their hooves sinking into soft mud, ears flicking at every sound. The crocodile remains motionless, letting the rhythm of the river mask its presence, waiting for the perfect moment when vigilance falters. In a heartbeat, the river erupts. The crocodile launches with astonishing speed, jaws gaping wide, targeting the weakest or most distracted. Its attack is a blur of muscle and power, a calculated strike honed by millennia of evolution. The struggle is swift and merciless. The crocodile's grip is unbreakable, its jaws locking around the prey as it drags the victim into the depths. Here, in the swirling gloom, the river's true ruler exerts its dominance. After the hunt, the crocodile returns to the sunlit banks, its armoured hide bearing the marks of countless battles. Its methods are unchanged by time, ambush, patience, and overwhelming force, because nothing in this world has ever bested its silent approach. Every creature that approaches the river's edge feels the weight of unseen eyes. The crocodile's presence transforms a simple drink into a moment of high tension, where survival depends on instinct and luck. As dusk falls, the river's surface glows with fading light, but beneath the silent hunter glides, ever watchful, ever ready. Its patience is endless, its hunger a constant force in the wild's delicate balance. Here, survival is a matter of reading the river's secrets, of knowing when to trust the silence and when to step back from the edge. For in these waters, the Nile crocodile's ancient hunting art endures, unseen but ever present. African wild dogs are renowned for their relentless teamwork and astonishing speed, weaving through the open plains in perfect harmony. But as they approach the river's edge, the landscape shifts. The muddy banks become treacherous, breaking their rhythm and forcing the pack to slow, their paws slipping as they search for stable ground. One wild dog, driven by thirst, edges away from the group. Alone at the water, it lowers its head to drink, unaware of the silent menace lurking just beneath the surface. In an instant, the water explodes. A crocodile surges forward, jaws wide, aiming for the unsuspecting dog. The attack is swift and brutal. Chaos erupts as the pack reacts. The wild dogs rally together, barking furiously and lunging at the riverbank. Their unity is their only defense, as they try to confuse and distract the crocodile, hoping to save their companion. Sometimes their courage pays off. The pack pulls desperately at their trapped companion, teeth bared, risking their own lives. In rare moments they succeed, dragging the wounded dog free. But often the crocodile's grip is unbreakable, and the river claims its prize. The standoff continues. Wild dogs pace the bank, eyes locked on the patient crocodile who waits motionless in the shallows. It's a contest of strategies, speed and cooperation against patience and raw power. Wariness settles over the pack. They pause, scanning the water for any sign of movement, every muscle tense, every sense alert to the lurking danger. Even the most disciplined hunters are vulnerable here. The riverbank is a place of uncertainty, where the wild dog's usual confidence gives way to caution. As the crocodile surfaces, tension spikes. The wild dogs freeze, torn between the need to drink and the instinct to flee. Every approach to the water is a gamble with fate. The river's edge is a boundary, where land meets water and predator meets predator. Here, adaptability is the only guarantee of survival. For the wild dogs, every visit to the river is a test of courage and calculation. They must weigh their thirst against the ever-present threat, knowing that one misstep could be their last. In the shimmering heat of the savanna, a young cheetah crouches low in the golden grass, eyes locked on a herd of impalas grazing near the river's edge. The impalas, ever alert, flick their ears and scan the horizon, but hunger draws them closer to the water, a place where danger always lurks. Suddenly, the cheetah explodes into motion, muscles rippling as it races toward the herd. The impalas scatter, leaping and twisting with astonishing agility, their hooves barely touching the earth as they dodge through the tall grasses. After a heart-pounding chase, the cheetah manages to single out a young impala, but the pursuit drains its energy. Panting and spent, the cheetah limps to the riverbank, desperate for water, every sense on high alert. Beneath the surface, a massive crocodile lies in wait, its eyes barely visible above the murky water. It senses the vibrations of the cheetah's cautious steps, calculating the perfect moment to strike. Not far away, the impalas gather at the water's edge, their bodies tense, nostrils flaring as they scan for threats. Each one knows that a single mistake could be fatal. In a flash, the crocodile erupts from the water, jaws snapping shut where an impala's leg had been just a heartbeat before. The herd scatters in panic, water spraying as they leap away from the deadly ambush. The cheetah, startled by the sudden violence, freezes at the river's edge. For a brief moment, predator and prey stand side by side, united by their shared vulnerability. The crocodile, now hidden once more, blends seamlessly with the muddy riverbank, patient and unyielding. It knows that sooner or later thirst will bring another visitor within striking range. Sometimes the crocodile's patience is rewarded not just with impala, but with the spoils of a cheetah's hunt. It seizes a carcass left too close to the water, dragging it silently into the depths. Along this river, the rules of the savanna are rewritten. Here, the crocodile is the silent ruler, patrolling the shoreline with ancient confidence. Every animal, hunter or hunted, approaches the water with trepidation, knowing that a single misstep could mean the end. For the cheetah and the impala, every visit to the river is a test of fate, a gamble where only the most vigilant survive. At dawn, a pride of lions gathers at the riverbank, their golden coats glowing in the early light. Here, the open savanna gives way to a world of uncertainty. The lions approach the water with caution, every step deliberate. The river, a lifeline in the dry season, is also a place of lurking danger. Beneath the calm surface, crocodiles wait, motionless and unseen. A lioness lowers her head to drink, her ears flicking at every sound. Cubs, curious and playful, stray close to the edge, unaware of the threat just beneath the water. Suddenly the surface erupts. A crocodile lunges, jaws snapping. The pride explodes into action, roaring and scattering as water churns with violence. Unlike most prey, lions do not always flee. The pride bands together, roaring and swiping, their unity and strength forcing the crocodile to reconsider. In the shallows, the lion's numbers and power can drive the crocodile back, reclaiming the riverbank for a moment. But if a lion is caught in deeper water, the tables turn. The crocodile's strength and mastery of the river become overwhelming, dragging its victim beneath the surface. These encounters are fierce and unforgiving. Mud flies, water splashes, and the outcome is decided in seconds. Even the most powerful male watches the river with wary eyes, his pride lingering at the edge, alert to every ripple. Here, at the water's edge, the struggle for dominance is constant. Every drink, every crossing, is a test of nerve and survival. At dawn, a matriarch leads her elephant herd to the river's edge, their massive forms casting long shadows across the shimmering water. The air is thick with anticipation, every trunk raised, every ear alert for danger lurking beneath the surface. The adults wade in first, forming a living barricade. In their midst, a tiny calf hesitates, its trunk trembling as it steps into the current. The herd's protective wall is unbreakable, unless for a moment a calf strays too far. Suddenly, a young calf, distracted by a fluttering bird, drifts from the group. Instantly, a crocodile glides closer, its eyes locked on the isolated target. The river holds its breath, but the commotion draws the attention of the river's other giants. Hippos, half submerged and ever watchful, stir in the shallows. Their presence is a warning. This stretch of river is fiercely defended. A dominant bull hippo surges forward, jaws agape, sending a spray of water skyward. The crocodile, calculating the odds, hesitates. Hippos are nearly invincible here, their aggression unmatched. Yet not all are safe. A young hippo, curious and bold, wanders from the pod. The crocodile shifts its focus, sensing a new opportunity. The river's silence is broken by the distant grunts of the pod. In a heartbeat, the pod responds. Massive bodies surge forward, churning the water into froth. The crocodile is forced to retreat, outmatched by the pod's furious unity. Even the river's apex predator must respect these boundaries. Defeat is silent, marked only by ripples as the crocodile disappears into the depths. As the sun climbs higher, the river becomes a stage for uneasy alliances. Elephants and hippos gather, their strength and unity a living testament to survival in crocodile territory. Together they form an unbreakable front. Strength in numbers, vigilance in every movement. Here, unity is the greatest defence. For the crocodile, patience is everything. Every opportunity comes with risk, and in this wild domain only the boldest dare to challenge the united giants of the river. In the Arctic, the polar bear rules a realm sculpted by ice and frigid seas. Here, survival demands more than brute strength. It requires cunning, patience, and a mastery of the frozen world. Adapted for relentless cold, the polar bear's thick fur and insulating fat allow it to traverse endless white deserts, searching for the faintest sign of life beneath the snow and ice. Unlike aquatic ambush predators, such as crocodiles, which lie in wait beneath murky waters, the polar bear is a nomadic hunter, covering vast distances, driven by hunger and instinct. Its extraordinary sense of smell detects seals hidden beneath thick ice, guiding the bear to breathing holes where it becomes a living statue, motionless, silent, and invisible against the snow. Here, the polar bear's patience rivals that of any aquatic ambush predator. It may wait for hours, even days, for a seal to surface, timing its strike with absolute precision. But, unlike crocodiles, the polar bear's versatility is unmatched. It stalks prey across the ice, and when the opportunity arises, slips into the freezing water, swimming silently beneath the surface, using stealth to approach seals from below. Each hunt is a gamble. A missed strike means precious energy lost, and in this harsh environment, failure brings hunger and exhaustion. Yet the polar bear endures, its resilience and adaptability echoing the relentless tactics of aquatic ambush predators, but with a unique mastery of both land and sea. In this frozen kingdom, adaptation is everything. The polar bear's life is a constant test of skill, patience and survival. An apex predator shaped by the unforgiving Arctic, forever balancing the line between hunter and hunted. In the frozen silence of the Arctic, the polar bear reigns supreme. Yet even here, its dominance is tested by the cunning and strength of others. Along the fractured edge of the sea ice, a massive walrus herd gathers, their tusks gleaming like ivory spears. The air vibrates with their deep bellows as they cluster near open water, ever watchful for danger lurking beneath the surface. A lone polar bear approaches, drawn by the scent of opportunity. But the walruses sense the threat. Instantly, the adults form a living barricade, tusks outward, shielding the vulnerable calves behind them. The bear circles, calculating, but knows a direct assault could end in grave injury. Not far away, a pack of Arctic wolves lingers at the edge of the flow. They are patient opportunists, their eyes fixed on the aftermath of the bear's failed hunt. When the bear moves on, the wolves close in, scavenging scraps left behind, each bite a testament to their resilience in this harsh world. Here, survival is a delicate balance. Predators and prey, rivals and kin share the same icy domain. There is no open war, only a silent agreement, a mutual respect born of necessity. Yet the greatest danger often comes from within. Two male polar bears cross paths at the water's edge, each vying for territory and the promise of a meal. Their massive forms circle, muscles tensed, eyes locked in a silent challenge. The confrontation is fierce but rarely bloody. Dominance is asserted through posture and presence, a test of will, not claws. For a mother with cubs, the stakes are higher. She senses a large male nearby and quickly ushers her young across the shifting ice. Her every move is calculated, her only goal, escape. In these moments, the Arctic's most powerful predator becomes its most vulnerable. Every encounter, whether with walrus, wolf or kin, demands caution. The ice is a stage for constant negotiation, where a single misstep can mean the difference between life and death. Sometimes wisdom lies in retreat. The bear withdraws from the walrus barricade, the wolves melt into the shadows. Each knows when to risk it all and when to yield. In this world of shifting ice and silent ambushes, survival is not just about strength, but about reading the ever-changing signs of the wild. The polar bear's journey is a story of constant adaptation, where every encounter shapes the fate of predator and prey alike. Beneath the frozen silence, the polar bear's existence depends on its mastery of aquatic ambush. The bear glides across the ice, nose lifted, searching for the faint scent of a seal's breath escaping from a hidden hole. It finds a breathing hole and settles in, motionless, blending with the snow. For hours it waits, muscles tensed, senses sharpened, while the world around it remains still. When a seal surfaces for air, the bear's strike is explosive. With a single powerful swipe, it drags the prey from the water onto the ice. a vital meal in a world of scarcity. Beluga whales present a rare opportunity. When shifting tides trap these whales in shallow pools, the bear slips into the frigid water, using the ice as cover. It moves with stealth, timing its approach to intercept a beluga as it surfaces for air. The attack is sudden and violent. The bear's immense strength and aquatic agility allow it to overpower even these powerful marine mammals, securing a feast that may last for days. Each hunt is a test of patience and perception. The bear reads the subtle cues of the ice and water, adapting its tactics to the shifting environment and the habits of its prey. Whether stalking seals beneath the ice or ambushing belugas in shallow bays, the polar bear refines its strategy with each encounter, learning from success and failure alike. Every meal is hard-won, earned through a blend of stealth, strength, and aquatic skill. The bear's survival depends on its ability to dominate both ice and water. At the intersection of land, ice, and sea, the polar bear reigns as an apex predator. Its life a constant battle against the elements and its elusive prey. In this unforgiving world, every aquatic ambush is a calculated risk, one that determines whether the bear will endure another day on the ice. Water is the silent architect of survival, sculpting the destinies of every creature that draws near its edge. For the crocodile, water is both sanctuary and weapon, a realm where patience becomes power. Beneath the river's surface, the crocodile is transformed, invisible, motionless, a living shadow. Here, the ambush is an art form perfected over millennia. The unsuspecting antelope or wildebeest, driven by thirst, approaches the riverbank, unaware that every ripple may conceal a predator poised to strike with explosive force. In these moments, the river is not just a source of life, but a stage for sudden, merciless drama. In the Arctic, water takes the form of shifting ice, and the polar bear's survival depends on reading its ever-changing patterns. The bear's world is a mosaic of frozen and liquid boundaries, demanding constant vigilance and adaptation. Each crack in the ice, each open lead, is both opportunity and hazard. The polar bear must anticipate the movements of its prey, timing its approach with the precision of a seasoned hunter. Here, survival is a test of endurance and ingenuity, as the bear navigates a landscape that is never the same from one day to the next. For both crocodile and polar bear, water is the ultimate arbiter. The crocodile's ambush relies on the river's concealment, its stillness masking the predator's lethal intent. The polar bear's hunt is shaped by the ice's unpredictability, demanding a relentless search for opportunity. Each species is a master of its domain, yet both are bound by the same elemental truth. Water defines the rules, sets the boundaries, and determines who will prevail. At the threshold between water and land, between ice and open sea, every decision is a gamble. The crocodile's explosive attack and the polar bear's calculated pursuit are testaments to the relentless demands of their environments. In the wild, survival is not granted by strength alone, but by the ability to adapt, to read the water, to sense its moods, and to seize the fleeting moment when opportunity and instinct collide. In the end, the river and the ice are more than mere settings. They are living forces, shaping the fate of predator and prey alike. Where water defines survival, every approach is a risk, every victory hard-earned, and every life a testament to the power of adaptation. As the sun slips below the horizon, the river transforms. Shadows lengthen, and the world becomes a tapestry of muted blues and deep inky blacks. For the crocodile, nightfall is not a retreat, but an invitation, a cloak beneath which it becomes nearly invisible, a master of silent predation. Beneath the surface, the crocodile's eyes and nostrils barely break the waterline. Its scaly form glides without a ripple, propelled by the slow, deliberate movement of its powerful tail. The air is thick with the chorus of nocturnal insects, but at the river's edge an eerie stillness settles. A herd of impala, cautious yet desperate for water, gathers at the bank. Moonlight glimmers on the river, casting shifting patterns that mask the crocodile's approach. Every muscle in its body is coiled, waiting. The crocodile's senses are heightened in the darkness, its vision adapted to low light, its hearing tuned to the faintest splash, the softest hoof fall. Suddenly, a young impala steps forward, lowering its head to drink. In an instant, the crocodile erupts from the water. Its jaws snap shut with bone-crushing force, the attack unfolding in total silence, except for the explosive churn of water. The herd scatters in a blur of panic, but for the crocodile, the ambush is over almost as soon as it began. Night is the crocodile's greatest ally. Under cover of darkness, its patience becomes lethal precision, its movements ghost-like and unseen. The riverbank, so tranquil by day, becomes a theatre of stealth and sudden violence. In these hours, the crocodile reigns supreme, its mastery of the night a testament to millions of years of evolution. As the moon drifts higher, the crocodile slips beneath the surface once more, vanishing into the black water. The night will bring more opportunities, more risks, and more stories written in the shadows. Here, survival belongs to those who can move unseen, strike without warning, and disappear before dawn. Beneath the surface of the river, the crocodile's world is a realm of silent signals and invisible currents, a place where survival hinges on senses honed to perfection. While the night cloaks the waters in darkness, the crocodile's eyes pierce through the gloom. Positioned high on its skull, these eyes offer a panoramic view just above the waterline, catching the faintest shimmer of movement, a ripple, a shadow, a trembling blade of grass. But vision is only the beginning. The crocodile's nostrils, barely visible above the surface, draw in scents carried by the breeze. Even from a distance, the animal can detect the musk of a nervous herd, the tang of sweat, the subtle trace of blood. Each inhalation is a message, a map of the riverbank's invisible visitors. Yet it is vibration that truly sets the crocodile apart. Along its jawline, a series of tiny, pressure-sensitive pits, called integumentary sense organs, register every disturbance in the water. A single hoofstep, a pebble tumbling into the shallows, the flutter of a bird's wing. Each sends ripples that the crocodile can interpret with astonishing precision. In this underwater symphony, the crocodile reads the world as if every movement were a note in a secret language. As a potential prey approaches, the crocodile remains utterly motionless. Its heart slows, its muscles tense, guided by a sensory map invisible to the naked eye. The darkness is no barrier, instead it is the crocodile's ally, amplifying its ability to see without being seen, to smell without being detected, and to feel the world in ways few predators can imagine. In these moments before the strike, the crocodile becomes the river itself, silent, patient, and all-seeing. Here, in the interplay of sensory mastery and ancient instinct, the perfect ambush is not a matter of strength, but of perception. Every successful hunt is a testament to a predator evolved not just to survive, but to dominate the shadows where sight, scent, and vibration converge. Nocturnal riverscape, shimmering eyes reflecting moonlight, nostrils twitching in the dark, and the faintest ripple spreading through the water. These are the tools of a hunter whose senses have shaped the fate of riverbanks for millions of years. As the river's apex predator lurks beneath the surface, life on the banks is a constant game of vigilance and adaptation. For the herds of antelope and zebra, every visit to the water's edge is a calculated risk, a necessity that demands heightened senses and unwavering caution. In the golden light of dawn, a group of impalas gathers at the shoreline. Their large cupped ears swivel independently, catching the faintest splash or rustle. Before bending to drink, they pause, scanning the water for telltale ripples, an ancient ritual passed down through generations. Even as their muzzles touch the surface, their bodies remain taut, ready to bolt at the slightest disturbance. Nearby, a troop of baboons employs a different tactic. The dominant males position themselves on overhanging branches, eyes fixed on the river below. Their sharp calls serve as an alarm system, warning the group of any sudden movement in the shallows. The youngest baboons scamper close to their mothers, learning which shadows to fear and which to ignore. Wading birds, too, have developed their own defences. Jacanas tiptoe across lily pads, ever watchful for a sudden swirl beneath the leaves. Egrets stand statuesque, their long necks craning for a better view, ready to launch skyward if danger stirs. Some animals rely on numbers. A single wildebeest may be vulnerable, but a herd creates confusion, making it harder for a crocodile to single out a target. Others, like the warthog, rely on speed and unpredictability, dashing to the water and back in a blur of motion. In the crocodile's domain, survival is a lesson written in every heartbeat, every cautious step, every nervous glance. The river is both a giver and taker of life, a place where prey must balance thirst with the ever-present threat beneath the surface. Here, evolution has crafted not only predators of extraordinary skill, but prey of remarkable awareness and resilience. As dusk falls and the chorus of the wild resumes, every creature at the water's edge knows to survive, you must first learn to listen to the river's silent warnings. As the seasons turn, the river transforms, a living pulse that dictates the rhythm of predator and prey alike. In the dry season, the water recedes, shrinking into isolated pools and narrow channels. Crocodiles, once scattered along the broad expanse, now converge in these shrinking oases. The banks crack beneath the relentless sun, and thirsty herds have no choice but to approach the few remaining watering holes. Aerial views reveal crocodiles lying motionless, camouflaged among sun-bleached logs and mud-caked banks. With less water to conceal them, their ambushes become more calculated, every movement measured, every strike precise. Fish trapped in dwindling pools become easy prey. But as the herds draw near, the crocodile's patience is tested, sometimes waiting for hours beneath the silty surface, eyes and nostrils just above the waterline. Then the rains return. Thunder rumbles over the savanna, and the river swells with new life. Torrents of muddy water sweep through the channels, scattering both predator and prey. Crocodiles glide effortlessly through the flood, their world expanded once more. The abundance of water dilutes their chances of a successful ambush, and the prey disperse, no longer forced into risky gatherings. Underwater shots capture crocodiles drifting in the current, bodies streamlined, adapting to the river's new tempo. Juveniles dart among submerged roots, learning the art of stealth in a more forgiving world. On the surface, herds move with less urgency, their visits to the water's edge less fraught with danger, at least for now. Yet, with each passing season, the cycle renews. The crocodile's strategy shifts with the river's moods, patient and precise in drought, opportunistic and mobile in flood. For both hunter and hunted, survival depends on reading the river's ever-changing signs, a dance as old as the water itself, written in mud, rain and sun. In this eternal ebb and flow, the crocodile remains master of adaptation, its ambushes shaped by the very heartbeat of the land. Beneath the mirrored surface of the river, the crocodile is not alone. This waterway, ancient and ever-shifting, is a corridor for other apex predators, each carving a place in the delicate balance of power. The camera sweeps low over a tangle of submerged roots, where a shadow glides, the unmistakable outline of a large African soft-shell turtle. Crocodile and turtle cross paths, their ancient armours brushing in silence. The turtle, unhurried, slides beneath a sunken log, while the crocodile remains still, both aware, both unchallenged, for now. Elsewhere, a pod of hippos stirs the muddy shallows, immense bodies churning the water into froth. A juvenile crocodile, dwarfed by their bulk, slips quietly away, knowing that a hippo's jaws can snap bone with ease. The river is ruled not just by teeth, but by size, attitude, and the invisible currents of respect and caution. Dawn breaks over a narrow channel, and a monitor lizard prowls the edge, its tongue flickering over the water. Both predator and scavenger, the lizard competes for eggs and carrion. A crocodile surfaces nearby, jaws agape in a silent warning. The lizard freezes, then melts into the reeds. This riverbank is claimed at least for today. Underwater, a swirl of silver betrays the presence of a giant catfish. The crocodile lunges, jaws snapping, but the catfish darts away in a flash of muscle and scales. Here, speed and agility are defences as vital as armour. Occasionally, the drama escalates. Two crocodiles square off over a prized catch, their jaws clashing in a display of brute force. But even these titans know when to yield, slipping apart to avoid costly injury. The river is a place of confrontation, but rarely all-out war, a realm governed by silent negotiation and the constant calculation of risk and reward. In these waters, dominance is never absolute. Every ripple, every shadow, tells a story of rivalry, caution, and coexistence. For the crocodile, mastery of the river means more than ambushing prey. It means navigating a world where power is shared, challenged, and ever-shifting, just like the river itself. Beneath the tangled grasses at the river's edge, a clutch of eggs begins to tremble. Tiny, scaled snouts pierce through the shells, and a new generation of crocodiles emerges into the world, vulnerable, wide-eyed, and already attuned to danger. The camera glides low over the muddy nest, capturing the hatchlings as they scramble towards the water, their movements quick and jittery. Every shadow looms large fish, birds, and even larger crocodiles are threats in these early days. Survival depends on stealth. The young crocs hug the banks, camouflaged by reeds and dappled sunlight, mastering the art of stillness before they even learn to strike. As weeks turn to months, the survivors grow, limbs lengthen, jaws strengthen, and instincts sharpen. Their ambush tactics evolve. Juveniles practice patience in miniature, lying motionless beneath floating debris, eyes just above the surface, waiting for unsuspecting insects or small fish to wander too close. Each successful strike hones their timing, each failure teaches caution. Years pass, and the river's challenges shape the crocodile's craft. Adolescents, now formidable, target larger prey, frogs, birds, even small mammals that venture to drink. Their ambushes become more calculated, silent approaches, sudden bursts of power, and the relentless grip of their jaws. Finally, as adults, they command the water's edge. Now, masters of their domain, their tactics are refined to perfection. They read the river's currents, sense the vibrations of distant footsteps, and blend seamlessly with the shadows. A patient drift, a sudden lunge, a thrashing victory. The cycle repeats, each generation learning from the river and from the ghosts of predators past. From fragile hatchling to apex hunter, the crocodile's life is shaped by both trial and triumph. In the ever-changing river, adaptation is survival, and ambush is an art, perfected with every passing season, and with every new set of eyes that opens to the wild. In the theatre of the riverbank, the crocodile's most powerful weapon is not its crushing bite, but its invisibility. The camera glides over a mosaic of reeds, floating lilies, and muddy shallows, where patterns of light and shadow become a living camouflage. Here, the crocodile becomes a phantom, its mottled skin mirroring the dappled sunlight and swirling sediment. Only a pair of unblinking eyes, like polished green stones, betray its presence as it drifts among the roots. Cut to a slow-motion shot. Ripples spread across the surface, but the crocodile remains motionless. Mud and algae cling to its back, breaking up its outline until it is indistinguishable from the riverbed. Fish dart past, unaware the danger lurks just beneath their fins. Shift to a wide shot. The landscape itself is a tapestry of concealment. Fallen branches, tangled grasses, and sunken logs provide both cover and vantage points. The crocodile chooses its ambush site with precision, where currents slow, where prey gathers, where shadows fall thickest. Its patience is legendary. Minutes stretch into hours as it waits, submerged, nostrils and eyes just above water, perfectly aligned with the chaos of the bank. A flock of birds descends to drink, their reflections flickering across the crocodile's armoured skin. The predator's camouflage is so complete, even the bird's sharp eyes miss the lurking silhouette. Suddenly a burst of movement. The water explodes, feathers scatter, and the river closes in ripples, erasing all evidence. In the dry season, the crocodile adapts again, burrowing into mud, its body cooling beneath cracked earth, hidden until the rains return. In every season, in every light, the crocodile is both hunter and shadow, its survival a symphony of patience, adaptation, and the perfect illusion. Nature's ultimate ambusher is not just a master of the hunt, but a master of disguise, forever sculpted by the environment it calls home, and forever a ghost in the shifting light of the river's edge. In the hidden corners of the river's domain, the crocodile's legend grows with each rare encounter, moments when instinct collides with opportunity and the unexpected becomes reality. These are the stories seldom witnessed, yet captured by the patient lens of nature's observers. The camera glides over a flooded savanna at dawn. A troop of baboons, wary yet thirsty, edges toward the water's fringe. Crocodiles typically ignore these agile climbers, but hunger and drought have rewritten the rules. The water stirs, a sudden surge, a spray of mud, and chaos erupts. The troop scatters, but one young baboon is caught in the jaws of fate, its cries echoing across the reeds. The river claims its prize, a stark reminder that in desperate times, even the treetops are not beyond reach. Cut to twilight, the golden haze reflecting off still waters. A flock of flamingos, legs like pink reeds, wades in the shallows. Their synchronized steps ripple the glassy surface, oblivious to the silent hunter below. In a rare display, a crocodile lunges upward, jaws snapping through a blur of wings and water. Feathers drift downward, a single flamingo missing from the dance. Shift to a forested riverbank, where a monitor lizard basks, tongue flicking in the humid air. The camera tightens on the crocodile's nostrils, barely breaking the surface among tangled roots. With lightning speed, the crocodile explodes from the water, clamping down on the startled reptile. The struggle is brief. The riverbank returns to stillness, the only trace, a swirl of dust and a broken branch. In another sequence, a massive crocodile glides beneath a herd of buffalo crossing at dusk. The herd's bulk and power are legendary, but a calf lags behind, slipping on the muddy slope. The crocodile seizes the moment, launching a swift, calculated assault. The river churns with hooves and horns, but the predator's grip is relentless. In the fading light, the herd escapes, leaving the river to its ancient ruler. These extraordinary ambushes reveal the crocodile's adaptability and opportunism, a predator governed not by habit, but by the ever-changing theatre of its world. In pursuit of survival, it challenges the boundaries of possibility, turning the improbable into the unforgettable. Here, every ripple is a story, every shadow a silent witness to the river's most astonishing hunts. As the echoes of the ambush fade, the river returns to an uneasy calm. The crocodile, now victorious, drags its prize into deeper waters. Here, in the gentle current, the feeding ritual begins, a slow, methodical process shaped by millions of years of evolution. Underwater, the camera follows as the crocodile anchors itself, powerful jaws twisting and tearing at sinew and flesh. Smaller crocodiles emerge from the shadows, drawn by the scent of blood. A silent hierarchy unfolds. The largest claims the lion's share, while juveniles and subordinates wait at a respectful distance, eyes fixed on the drifting remains. Above, a cloud of fish gathers to snatch stray morsels, their flashes of silver weaving through the murky water. Turtles and scavenging birds arrive at the water's edge, each species playing its part in the river's cycle of renewal. The energy from a single hunt radiates outward, sustaining the invisible threads that bind predator, prey, and scavenger together. On the muddy banks, marabou storks and herons probe the shallows for scraps, cleaning what the crocodile leaves behind. Even the bones, stripped and polished by hungry mouths, become nutrients for the riverbed, feeding plants, insects, and the next generation of life. Night falls, and the river is quiet once more. Yet beneath the surface, the aftermath of the hunt lingers in every ripple and current, a testament to the crocodile's role not only as a hunter, but as a steward of balance in this ancient ecosystem. In the world of the river, nothing is wasted. Every feast is a promised life, endlessly renewed by the drama of predator and prey. Beneath the surface of modern rivers, the crocodile's ambush is a dance choreographed by time itself, a legacy born from eons of adaptation. To understand the predator's mastery, we must journey back millions of years to a world ruled by giants and shadowed by titans. Visuals sweep through primordial swamps where ancient ancestors, some armoured like tanks, others slender and swift, prowl muddy banks. Fossilized jaws snap shut in slow motion, revealing the first hints of the infamous death roll. Over epochs, bodies streamline, eyes migrate to the top of skulls, and nostrils shift for stealthy breathing. Each change a stroke in evolution's grand design. The narration follows a lineage branching and converging as the planet's shifting continents and changing climates sculpt new hunting grounds. In lush Mesozoic wetlands, a crocodilian ancestor waits motionless, its patience rewarded by the careless step of a prehistoric mammal. Millennia later, in the shadow-laced rivers of the Cenozoic, another descendant refines the art, camouflage and stillness becoming their greatest weapons. Close-ups capture the unique armour of modern crocodiles, a living mosaic of bony scutes, a reminder of ancient kin that once shared the waters with dinosaurs. The camera lingers on specialized muscles, lightning-fast reflexes, and the sixth sense of vibration detection, tools honed by countless generations of survival. As continents drift and rivers carve new paths, the crocodile's tactics adapt, but the core strategy remains unchanged. Patience, precision, and the explosive power of a perfectly timed strike. From ancient swamps to present-day deltas, the story of the crocodile is written in the language of ambush, a testament to nature's relentless drive for perfection. In every ripple, in every silent glide beneath the water's surface, echoes the wisdom of ancestors who learned that in the world of predators, it is the unseen, the patient, and the perfectly adapted who endure.